Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday morning we take a deep dive into a new set. We are going to complete order, so the set we're checking out today is XY base set. And then we're doing a new thing where every single week we check out a certain Pokemon and we look at their best cards in Pokemon history. Today we are doing Charizard. Let me know down below what you guys want to see next week. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Metatcg. I did all the research and I found you guys the best possible website for you guys to sell your bulk or trade it in for a bunch of amazing cards. They got a first edition Rockets Mewtwo, Leafeon VMAX, Rayquaza EX, and a Greninja EX. They accept Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh! They do all have to be near mint, and they even have a video showing you exactly how to package everything. It's so simple. You just put the information in, tell them exactly how many cards you got, and you're good to go. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. All right, let's get started. We are getting into the XY era. This set came out February 5th, 2014, 146 cards. The first of the XY series of the TCG cards in the US are released, follows the Japanese release by just under 2 months. Everybody pretty much knows that. Now, it's a base set, so it's got Venusaur in it. We do have Megas in this set. We got Mega Venusaur and Mega Blastoise. I didn't care a ton for most of these holos and, regular type cards for this era. Wasn't anything special. And then we just got full arts. So for the entire chase of this set, we got 6 full arts. So we got the full art Venusaur, Blastoise, Emolga, Yveltal, Skarmory, and Xerneas. Some very, very solid Pokemon for sure. But again, it's just full arts. So here's the top 10 most expensive cards in the set, a little closer up so you guys can see. I will admit, this full art Blastoise and this full art Venusaur is so much better than the full arts that we got for 151. All right, now let's check out some prices here. This is on eBay, set to near mint. Recently sold, we got the Venusaur, $45. Yveltal, $45. The Mega Blastoise EX, $18. The Venusaur, $125, best offer accepted. Otherwise, another Venusaur for $115 near mint. We got a CGC 8.5 Xerneas for $60. And this Charizard is not in the set. We got the Yveltal for $30, Mega Blastoise for $20, Mega Venusaur for $17. So all the cards are honestly pretty affordable. We got another Venusaur full art for $57. If you want a crazy minty, like close to a PSA 9, PSA 10, it's going to be closer to $100. We got... that is a promo. Yeah, the set's not very big. Another Skarmory, full art for $19. Xerneas, full art for $50. But all right, let's check out some PSA 10 sales. We got the Blastoise in a 10, $7,100. Next, we got the Venusaur in a 10, $6,623. Next, we got the Xerneas. I love the colors on this card. Last sold, which was a while ago, about 5 months, was $23.50. Next, we have the Mega Venusaur. Ooh, that looks like that's Russian. That sold for $455 in a PSA 10 if anybody collects Russian. But right here, looks like we got the English for $275. Next, we got the Mega Blastoise. Sold for $350 in a 10. Next, we got the XY base set booster pack. Last sold $60, $45, $65, $55, $60, $50, $40. So still very affordable. And then the XY base set ETBs are very expensive. Last sold, which was in July. This is for the Xerneas one, $2,225. Then we got another Xerneas at $1,800, $1,800. And then the Yveltal for $3,600, but that was at the very beginning of 2025. Next, we got the XY base set booster box. Last sold $3,988, 4K, 32, 31, 27. All right, let's check out some Charizards. Now, since there is so many of them, I just put all the Sun and Moon ones, the Sword and Shield, and the Scarlet and Violet ones in just one big page, and we can kind of just scroll through them. I have it priced from highest to lowest. So the most expensive modern Charizard is the Vivid Voltage pre-release Staff Charizard at $550 market price. And remember, sometimes the market price can be a little off of what it actually is. Then next is just the Hidden Fates Shiny Charizard, $522. We got another staff card for Team Up. That's a super sick Charizard. You got to check that art out. Plus with that staff stamp, that thing's nice, $500. Then we got the Shiny Charizard GX. Same exact art as the Hidden Fates one, but this is from Burning Shadows, $497. Then we got the 151 Zard, $270. And of course, Paldean Fates. This card is growing right now, $255. Then we got the Charizard V Alt Art from Brilliant Stars, which in my opinion is still extremely underrated at about $247. The Charizard V from Champion's Path at $220. I personally like the Charizard V from Champion's Path more than the Charizard GX from Hidden Fates. Let me know down below. I've had this argument with a ton of people, but I like my shiny Charizards black with red wings instead of blue with red wings. But look at that. Let me know down below which one you guys like better, the Hidden Fates one or the Champion's Path. I'm sticking with Champion's Path. And then next we got the Reshiram and Charizard GX Rainbow Tag Team. Another card that I feel like is pretty undervalued. Then we got the Tag Team promo, then the Rainbow Charizard VMAX from Champion's Path. We're going to check the Generations one here in a second. Special Delivery Charizard, I think that one's very unique. Market price $135, that's not too bad. Then we got the Classic Collection Charizard from Celebrations, $122. The Obsidian Flame Zard has grown a ton, now at market price $118. This was a $50 card for the longest time. Then we have the actual shiny VMAX Charizard from Shining Fates at $100. The Charizard and Breaksin, market price $95 for a Rainbow Rare Tag Team of Charizard from Cosmic Eclipse, one of the most expensive modern sets, and it's only $95. That's a steal in my opinion. I honestly feel like this whole row is pretty undervalued. The Charizard and Breaksin Tag Team, the Tag Team Full Art of Charizard and Reshiram, and then the other Full Art of Charizard and Breaksin. I mean, they're all $80, $90. Even the Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates, this was a $300, $400 card for the longest time. I feel like for $100, it's not terrible. Then the V-Star promos, those are just going nuts. Now here's the regular Team Up Charizard if you guys really like this art. Remember the staff one, it was the one that was like $500. But if you want it just regular, because the art is crazy and it's got the Team Up stamp, $50. And then the Charizard pre-release, this is just the one you get in the Build a Battle box, $50. More than the Rainbow Charizard V-Star from Brilliant Stars. We're going to go to the next page, check out some of these cheaper ones. We're going to go a little quicker here. All right, we got the Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team. This isn't textured, but still a beautiful, beautiful card. And it's done by Arita, too. Market price $45. I love the gold Reshiram and Charizard. And then, you know, the Sleepy Charizard V. That's my favorite one of the 3 promos, just because it's got Venusaur in there. And it goes with the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. I think this is a really cool Charizard, the Sun and Moon promo here. Like the lines on them and stuff, it just looks super, super cool. It's a $30 card. But in my opinion, the most underrated card on this page, besides the Sleepy Charizard and the Reshiram and Charizard GX, is the Radiant Charizard from Generations. It's a $20 card, absolutely beautiful. If you get the Charmeleon and Charmander, they all go together. The kid actually grows up. I mean, it's a beautiful storyline, and it's super cool. But all right, we're going to check out some individual cards here. We got the XY promo. Love this thing. It's got the Magmar and Flareon in there. Last sold for this in a PSA 10 is $3,800. And it's still somewhat affordable. You know, you can find it in decent condition for around $100. Next, we got the Charizard EX from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Last sold in a 9, 2500, 2360, raw 430, 221, 500. We do have a PSA 10 sale here at $12,500. Next, we have the Plasma Storm Secret Rare Charizard. This thing is sick. It has a gold border. It's kind of hard to tell in the picture, but this is one of my favorite shiny Charizards. And last sold raw 380, 355. We got a PSA 9 at 1927. Sorry if my stomach is growling. I am very hungry. And then another raw 440, 494. And I think we got a PSA 10 sale here, which was last month at $15,000. Next, we have the Power Keepers Charizard Holo. I actually like the reverse holo better. It has a stamp on it, but this is the holo one. Last sold 50, raw 48, 199, 200, 115. We got a PSA 9 at 406 and a 10 at 3,300. Next, we have the Charizard G Level X. There is another Charizard G Level X. I think it's a promo. I forgot to add it. But he's more turned to the side. Last sold for this raw 120, 102, 82, 36, 58. PSA 9 at 1,000. Another one at 1145. And we got a PSA 10 sale, which was about 5 months ago at 3,825. Next, we have the Full Art Charizard from XY Flashfire. Last sold raw 85, 100, 163, 202, 9 at 465, 512. This might be one of the better Full Art Charizards. I just don't like how his mouth is open like that. I don't know. It just looks a little weird in the face, but I love the red background in that one. And last sold in a PSA 10 is $4,500. Next, we have the Mega Charizard EX from Generations. Last sold raw 76, 150, 90, 117. PSA 9 at 459, 524, and a 10 at $3,400. Next, we have the Mega Charizard EX from XY Flashfire. This is number 69. And the reason I have to tell you that number is because wait till you see the next card. That's why I think it's funny when anybody complains about any arts or anything we get now. Just wait till you see how lazy this is, in my opinion. Let me know down below. But for this card, remember this is number 69. That sold raw 102, 98, 260. PSA 9 at 799, 780. Then we got a 10 at 2900, 2850, and 3150. Now for the next card, this is number 108. Now this is a secret rare. Look at the difference between these two cards. So if you can't really tell, all that really happens is, the number changes and this gets gold up here. But that's literally about it. And the word turns gold. So, same exact art in the same exact set, but one just has a little bit more gold on it. And this one's a lot more expensive. That sold raw 80, 350. I'm guessing the 80 was for the other one, or probably pretty damaged. But raw 220, 260, 300, 350, 279. We got a PSA 9 at 2K. And then we got a PSA 10 at 6,256. All right, next, this is where it gets really funny. XY Evolutions. So we got the Mega Charizard. Last sold raw 30, 38, 50, 20, PSA 9 at 80, 83, and a PSA 10 at 300. Now, the next card is from XY Flashfire. Literally the same exact art, just changed a little bit. Now, last sold for this raw 18, 27, 35, PSA 9 at 62, 60, and then we do have a PSA 10 sale at $699. But we're not done. We have another Mega Charizard. This is the secret rare. As you can see, a little bit more gold. So flip back and forth so you guys can see the difference. So remember, the word is now gold and the border is a little bit more gold. Now this card last sold raw 58, 48, PSA 9 at 200, 402. More raws at 99, 120, 181. And then we got a PSA 10 sale here, which was last month at $4,100. It was $55 before that. Next, we have the full art Mega Charizard from XY Evolutions. Last sold PSA 9, 249, 220, rot $5. Guessing absolutely destroyed. 85, 110, and we got a PSA 10 at 790. Next, we have the Crystal Guardians Charizard. This is the reverse holo. You guys know I like the reverse holos a lot more. They got that beautiful stamp. They just look a little bit nicer. Crazy low pop, 52 and a 10, probably the lowest pop we've seen so far. And last sold raw 150, 235, 199, PSA 9 at 2400, 25, and 1375 before that. And we got a PSA 10 sale here, which was about 4 months ago at $8,694. Next, we have the Gold Star Charizard. Probably the best shiny Charizard we've ever gotten in Pokemon history. Pop of only 98 and a 10, 547 and a 9. Last sold in a 9, 14,000, 20K. Raw 25, 67, 6, 12, 15, 35, 28, 15, another 9 at 13K. Next, we have the Charizard from Expedition. This is number 39. This is a reverse holo. I love this art. It really reminds me of the Baby Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! If anybody knows what that is. This is a pop of 71 and a 10. A lot of these older Zards have crazy low pops. But last sold raw, 86, 35, 250, 132, PSA 9 at 177, but that's actually a PSA 1. I don't know why it says 9 there. Then we got a PSA 10 at 2,199. And then the actual 9 here, we got at 325, 499. Very, very cute card. Probably the cutest Charizard card, besides where he's taking a nap in that one Trainer Gallery card. Next, we have the other Expedition Charizard. This is the holo version. So last sold, like the raw one there, it says number 40 out of 165. That is not the correct card. For raw, here, 676. That's a little bit more like it. And then we got a PSA 9 at 1,775, 2,227. And then I think we had a PSA 10 sale here, which was at the very end of 2024 at 8K. I'm sure there's a newer one, but that's the only one I could find at the moment. Looks like it sold for 21 grand during the COVID boom. Next, we have the Crystal Charizard from Skyridge, one of the best Charizard cards ever. Last sold raw 2,223. PSA 9 at 14K, 13K, 14K, 10 at $25,600. And the newest sale is $35,000. Wow. Next, we have the Charizard Holo from Dragon. This is an e-reader card. Last sold raw 404, 500. PSA 9 at 987, 941. And then we got a 10 at $3,199. I literally never see this card out and about. I still would like to pick this one up. Next, we have the Shiny Charizard. Now, there is an unlimited version too, which is much cheaper. This is the first edition here. So, last sold in a 9, 7,550, 8,182, 6,995. Then raw, 1,000, 600, 1,200, 750. Then we got a 10 at 19,492. This is a pop of 267 in a 10, 420 in a 9. Next, we have the first edition Blaine's Charizard. Again, there's also an unlimited version of that. Much cheaper. But last sold for this one in a 9, 2,125, 1931, 2025. And then raw, 571, 710, 850. And then we got a PSA 10 at 7K and another one at 8K. Next, we have the first edition Dark Charizard. And yet again, there is an unlimited version and a non-holo version. So last sold raw, 680, 600, 600, 800. Well, I didn't know it was up that high. I have quite a few of these raw. Last sold in a PSA 9 is 1,100. We got one at 500, but that's a PSA 1. And then a PSA 10 at $7,000. All right, next we are checking out some of the reprints that we've gotten of the original base set Charizard card. The only ones I didn't add here was the Classic Collection and the Celebrations regular one, but we got the Celebrations Metal Charizard card. This thing is super cool and the best metal card we've ever gotten, and it's very hard to get in a PSA 10, so if you guys ever see a super clean version of this card, last sold $5,500 in a 10, and in a 9, $355. So raw 172, 199, 190. Next, we have my favorite reprint of the Charizard, and that is the Legendary Collection one. There's a jumbo one of this also. Very, very cool. Last sold in a PSA 10, $34,000. That is crazy. And this card is getting tougher and tougher to find. I used to buy these cards, like this exact Charizard Reverse Holo, for around $100. You know, not in a PSA 10. Raw, clean, near mint. Now it says here ungraded, $944. Next, this is my second favorite reprint of the base set Charizard because they actually changed it. This is for Stormfront. Now, as you can see here, I'll go back and look at a regular one. So they got the green wings. Kind of made them look a little meaner, in my opinion. But I absolutely love this Stormfront card. And pretty low pop, too. Only 49 in a 10. Last sold raw, 350, 137, 185. Another raw, 140, 250. Definitely going to be like $200-something if you want it somewhat clean. And then PSA 9, 1,300, 1,700. And then we got the 10, which was in July at $13,800. Next, we have the base set 2. And there is like a fourth printing also. But here, base set 2, very affordable if you guys want to get an original Charizard. Last sold raw, 232, 152, 260, 200, 194. Any PSA 9s? We got one PSA 9 at 1,250. And then PSA 10. Last sold is $12,000. That was in July. Next, we have the Unlimited Charizard. So there's no base set 2 here for the newer people. As you can see, there's a base set 2 symbol. Now, here is the Unlimited. So pretty low pop still. Only 489 in the 10 for the Unlimited. And there's 8,300 in a 9 and 14,000 in a 8, 14,000 in a 7, 14,000 in a 6, 12,000 in a 5. This is basically the most graded card in Pokemon history besides the Van Gogh Pikachu now. That card just passed it, but last sold for this one, raw, 355, 460, 246, 374. Got one at 167, probably going to be pretty rough. And then PSA 9 at 2,250. And then we got a 10 at $10,000, which was a few months ago. Next, we have the Shadowless Charizard. I think this is the cleanest looking Charizard out of the original Charizards. You know, between first edition, Shadowless, Unlimited, base set 2. So love how there's no set symbol, no shadow. It's just super clean. And for those who do not know what a Shadowless is or an Unlimited, as you can see here, there's no shadow on this right-hand side. And if we jump to the Unlimited one, there is a shadow there. And the font is also a little smaller. And if you really look down here at the bottom, it says 1995, 96, 98, 99, and then it says 1999 again. So this is like the only way you can really tell like a Shadowless trainer from, you know, a regular one. But if we go back to look at the regular Charizard, they got rid of the 99 here because you don't need it twice. So just a few little changes, but super clean, very low pop, 58 in a 10. Last sold in a 9, 7,200. 9,999, 6,300, 6,605. And then we got a PSA 10 at $54,655. Next, we have the GOAT of all Charizard cards. This is the first edition Shadowless Charizard. A little higher pop than the Shadowless one. This has 124 and a 10. And last sold raw, 9,249, 6K, 4,800, 49, 7, 28. It really depends on the condition. Then we got a PSA 9 at 28,999. We got a PSA 5 at 5,738. Another one at 5,800. That's honestly not terrible. And in a 10, I don't know if we got a 10 on here, but last sold in a 10 is $300,000. That is crazy. 270K before that. Next, we were checking out a couple random cards here. So they have the Burger King Charizard card. This thing's super cool. 24 karat gold. You know, very, very affordable still. Super nostalgic. But yeah, you can get it for like 30 bucks, 25 bucks. Looks like we got a 30 here. Next, we have the Charizard card as cards. Very unique cards. Super cool art. Love how long the Charizard neck is. You know, they got a couple different versions here, a couple different kinds. But very, very unique. And honestly, all these random Charizard cards are somewhat affordable. So this is some of the oldest Charizard cards here, 1996. I mean, that is just super, super cool. Sold for $221 in a PSA 5. Here's that other card again, but raw, $117, really clean. PSA 9 at $811. So yeah, and there's a few different versions, different colors and stuff. Next, we have the actual Topps cards, and there's a few different versions of this. As you can see, this is the Techno version, and this sold for $20K in a PSA 10. And then we have the Sparkle version. This sold for $8,100 in a PSA 10. And then this is the Chrome Spectra version, sold for $2,500, best offer accepted. So if you're collecting these, just be careful. There's different versions for all these Topps cards. It's kind of confusing, to be honest. Next, we have the Charizard Neo Premium File 2. Last sold raw, 90, 60. We got a Tag 8 at 125, so still very affordable. Very cool card. Next, we have the Charizard CD promo. There's a couple CD promos that are all super, super cool. Last sold in a 10 is $1,395. Raw at 440, 404, 225. And we got a PSA 9 at $699. Next, we have the Lantis Charizard. This is from the Versus set. One of my favorite Charizard cards. If you guys are just listening, you have to check this card out if you do not know what it is. Very, very unique card. I love how he like fits the actual picture like that. But PSA 10 pop is $639 for a 9, 508, and 8, 243. So not super tough to grade. Again, it's a Japanese card. Last sold raw 150, 221. PSA 9 at 420, 400, 414. And do we have any PSA 10 sales? One at $999. And the newest one is $2,150, and that was literally just a few days ago. Next, this is the greatest Japanese Charizard card, and that is the XY promo, number 276. Very easy to grade, 2,800 in a 10, 384 in a 9. But him fighting Venusaur like this is just crazy, and that's probably where they got the inspo for the Charizard V card from Brilliant Stars. Last sold in a 10, 4,550, 45, 43, 47, PSA 9 at 3,200, and then raw, wow, 1,600, 2,400, 27, 2,000, 28, 16. So the raw is worth a ton. And last on the list, we have the new Chinese Pikachu number 153. Super cool card. It has, multiple Pokemon in it, but half the card is a Charizard. And as you can see, it has the crown, so you know it's a newer card. But last sold in a 10, 3,799. CGC Pristine at 3,300, best offer accepted, and another PSA 10 at 3K. And I know there's a ton more Charizards. I just couldn't put every single Charizard card. So if there's any Charizards that I missed that you guys think I should put, let me know down below in the comments. But alright, that was today's Pokemon Throwback Thursday. Again, let me know what Pokemon you guys want to see next. I'm totally down to do some random Pokemon too. I know the video is not going to get nearly as much views, but I don't really care about that. I think it's just going to be super fun. I have a blast doing this. So yeah, if you guys like this content, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. And I am going to be dropping a little bit of PokeBeard merch that I collabed with another company with. That'll be in the next few weeks. And I did show that to the members also. So definitely keep your eye out for that. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last What If Wednesday, which was a super, super crazy one, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.